Hi everyone, I'm Desmond Fambrini, and I am a learning specialist with an M, blah, 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 blah. Trust me, I'm professional. I don't care. Either trust me or don't. Real talk, it doesn't seem like education actually matters to people anymore. But I do have some thoughts. The thought specifically being, I'm starting to worry specifically about physical health in schools. As you know, school, I hate even talking about this, but the idea of school shootings is becoming an imminent threat in the United States of America specifically. However, today I'm specifically talking about physical bullying that's happening at schools and how I'm starting to see more and more instances of this. See, it was the millennials' parents, like Gen X and the boomers, that used to talk about like, oh, kids getting their head dunked in toilets and pushed around and shoved into lockers. And as a millennial, I thought it was a joke. We were like, definitely, maybe my hair was messed with as a kid. Somebody would like intentionally mess up my hair, and that definitely hurt me. But there was no physical attack. I feel like there was a pretty solid boundary, especially when it came to like the early 2000s, where you do not physically hurt anyone, especially never in terms of intimidation. You just don't do it. I remember the most intense kind of physical assault that I experienced as a freshman when I was in high school was someone threw a lollipop at me. I then said, "You dropped your lollipop." And he said, "Oh, sorry," and picked it up. Anyway, case in point is it's month, 2 of school. I've had 3 students at this point say that they have been, quote, trampled by seniors. And we're talking about young ladies here that are maybe like 4'10", 4'11", being trampled by 6-foot tall men. And I don't know why this is disturbing me so much. This doesn't really seem to be a topic that anyone is interested in. But I'm seeing this, and I'm then seeing a lot of gay students being physically pushed around and physically touched as a joke by straight male students. And I'm starting to wonder if we are going farther back than is physically acceptable, because we've already gone far enough back to the point where emotionally people are being very abusive right now. In terms of emotional abuse, in terms of caring for others, in terms of racism, homophobia, and sexism, we've gone back decades within the past couple of months, actually, as I speak here, September 2025. However, now I'm starting to get worried for physical health. And as you know, as an adult, I can't simply just walk on to random school campuses and see if my students are physically okay. But I am starting to get worried, because the more and more I am teaching in this era, the more and more physical assaults I'm hearing about, where people are getting pushed, bumped into, touched inappropriately, their hair is being pulled, their clothes are being messed with. There are physical attacks on students that are smaller, minority groups, that are queer. And I think the scariest part is not only is it happening, but we're now in an environment where no one seems to be taking it seriously. It seems to not be reported. There doesn't seem to be intense security, doesn't seem to have intense repercussions. And bystanders, people around, don't seem to care. So this is my kind of, flair saying this is really inappropriate and unacceptable. This idea that we are now moved past physically, we moved past emotionally joking and emotionally teasing, and now we're physically bullying people as jokes again. And I want you to really think about, that's assault. That's assault and battery. If you are 18-year-old senior male throwing your weight around with little 5-foot freshman girls, you're assaulting a minor. That is battery. You could go to jail. And it's really interesting to me how it's a joke to you, and how if you're in school, you think you hide behind this whole I'm a minor and therefore can't get in trouble. You certainly can, right? And that goes in the other way. You can be small and still physically bully someone. Don't do that either. But it's this idea right now where I feel certain, and I do have to say, certain male students feel as though they're untouchable. Feel as though they're allowed to throw their weight around and use physical violence to intimidate people. And it's not funny. It's not funny whatsoever. It's actually quite scary that we're actually moving in this direction as a society, where people are now being assaulted on school grounds, and no one seems to be batting an eye or making any type of retroactive policies to address the issue. So I wish I could say, oh, I have a solution for this issue, but I just want to put out that me, as an educator, I'm not okay with this. And if I have to be a Karen and say, I heard that my student got pushed, what's going on? And I have to be that cringy person that advocates for my students, and oh my God, Desi's, I will be that person. I'll be the cringy person. I'll be the person that you accuse of indoctrinating the children into being gay and all of the things that you lie about me about. I'll be that person. I'll be the scapegoat if it means keeping my students safe. So stop pushing people, stop running into people, stop body slamming people, and use your strength to protect, never to harm. Don't be inappropriate. And I hope this helps.